All right, let's get into some other news that happened over the weekend. And first, I have to talk about the all-time WNBA assist record. Can we give a shout out in the chat? Can we give a shout out in the chat to both Natasha Cloud and Skylar Diggins? Because both of these players have been rocking and rolling in their WNBA careers, and both of these players have gotten a awesome thing to add to the books. Natasha Cloud and Skylar Diggins Smith over the weekend. They tied for 8th place when it comes to the all-time WNBA assist list. So both of these players are tied at 1,638 assists for each of these players. I'm just saying, they have both passed Candace Parker, who is now at number 10 when it comes to all-time assists in the WNBA. Of course, Sue Bird is at the top. It's going to be hard for anybody to catch Sue Bird. But I just wanted to mention this. I think this is awesome. It's important that, yes, we talk about the games of it all and whatnot, and that's important. But we also got to talk about what some of these current players are doing when it comes to the record books, okay? So shout out to all-time 8th place, for now, Skylar Diggins and Natasha Cloud, who have each 1,638 assists, okay? Okay. Now let's move on because there's some other stuff that happened over the weekend, right? There's some other stuff. And I got to talk about the Rook herself. Her name is Kiki Iriafen. And y'all, Kiki Iriafen is rocking and rolling with the Washington Mystics. Yesterday, Kiki Iriafen made Washington Mystics history by passing Shamika Holdsclaw with her 7th double-double, which is the most as a rookie in Washington Mystics history. Okay? So shout out to the rookie. Shout out to the rookie who has been doing her big one all season long for the Washington Mystics. I have been a huge fan of what Kiki Iriafen has done this year. She has been playing unafraid, rocking and rolling. Bishop says Washington Mystics won the draft. I mean, yeah. In a lot of ways, they did win the draft. In a lot of ways, they did, So shout out to Kiki Iriafen. Huge stuff that she's doing. Again, she is in the record books for the Washington Mystics as the rookie who has had the most double-doubles during their rookie season, passing the great Shamika Holdsclaw. Okay? All right. Now we're continuing to go down the line of people who have done some kind of fantastic stuff, some fantastic stuff. And if we're talking about players on the East Coast that's doing fantastic stuff, can we talk about the legend in Tina Charles? Tina Charles yesterday, over the weekend, also made a bit of WNBA history as well. She made some history as well as she has surpassed 8,000 points for the legend Tina Charles. Okay. When we talk about greatness, when we talk about points, greatness and points in terms of just scoring the basketball and being efficient, we got 2 names at the top of the list. 2 names. We got Diana Taurasi, the GOAT, right? And we have Tina Charles. And over the weekend, Tina Charles became the second WNBA player ever to hit 8,000 points. Second player ever. All right, so it's her and Diana in a field of their own. And in third place, of course, is DeWanna Bonner, who hit that earlier this year. All right. It's elite. I mean, it's what legends do, right? It's not all about just scoring in one year, right? It's about the longevity of players' careers, and Tina Charles is someone who has been in the WNBA for a long time, and she's been rocking and rolling, absolutely rocking and rolling. And so I had to make sure to give a shout out to her for hitting that mark. 8,000 and counting points for the legend Tina Charles. Okay. It doesn't end there. We also had some not so great news over the weekend. As we saw some players get waived, including Marquishia Davis for the New York Liberty. Remember, guys, this is her second year in the WNBA. She won a championship with the New York Liberty last year, and Marquishia Davis was waived. She is one of the latest wave of players getting waived. The thing is, the cut down date has passed, and players who are still on teams are now on guaranteed contracts for the rest of the year. Okay. The date was, what was it, the 13th, and yeah. So every player from now until the end of the season are on guaranteed contracts. Okay. So this was yesterday was the mid-season cut down date, which happens 24 hours before the mid-season day. And so, yeah, this means that past yesterday, all players who are currently on a roster who were on a non-guaranteed deal, it's guaranteed now. It's guaranteed now, and I gotta go to work. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, I gotta go. So here's some players who got cut. Marquishia Davis. We also saw Alyssa Peely get cut as well by the Minnesota Lynx. We saw Mercedes Russell get waived from the Seattle Storm. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I ran right out of time. Okay, some other players who got waived include Stephanie Talbot, who was waived by the Golden State Valkyries. We also saw, I couldn't find a Connecticut Sun jersey. We also saw Jaylen Brown and Haley Peters get waived by the Connecticut Sun. All right, so that's the stuff that happened over the weekend. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I got to go. See y'all in the next one tomorrow. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, tell a neighbor, tell a friend that Quita Loves Sports is on the internet talking about what's happening in the world of women's basketball without the drama, without the craziness, but with just straight facts. So make sure to subscribe, and I will be with y'all tomorrow morning again. All right, see y'all next one. Bye-bye.